each one of us here has a story about confidence and esteem, the challenges that we've faced, how we've gone through them, and that's why I'm so honored to be hosting the 3Bs with
Belinda.
I love it when they do this. I love it when they do this. Okay, who wants to go first?
Okay, Bridget Kezabu.
Belinda Kasemire.
And Brenda Lynn Kirungi, and
we are the 3Bs. Personally, for me, when I was growing up, I was small, I was tiny, and everyone used to say I looked like a boy. I think if I have to remember any childhood story or anything that ever affected my confidence was that. So I kept on thinking I looked like a boy. I think until like Form 1 when I added a lot of weight, and then people started to see that
there's a girl in you.
There's a girl in me.
So they used to ask Mommy, how is the boy?
Yeah, like when they would not ask, I don't think, but I think when we would take pictures with Brenda was chubby. So
people like a pretty kid.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
Maybe people always wanted to carry me instead of her.
So people would ask, oh, is that a boy? Or so I kept on thinking that I looked like a boy. But I don't know why
not very pretty, like.
No, I thought I was like a handsome, but they would keep saying I look like my cousin Alvin. Yeah. Seriously,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, but I look like a boy. But later on when I became a girl, like when I went to Navy school, when I became a girl,
You became a girl. What does becoming a girl mean?
It means when I started to feel like a girl,
Oh, when you got
that was in second.
Yes, and then in high school, people would tell me I'm pretty, the pretty girl. So really, I was just being a child. I was small, and that's fine. Yeah, that a bit when you're in primary, you feel like, oh my God, maybe I look like a boy. Maybe I'll just be like this. Maybe I'll be like this still, and yet you don't know, like kids who look like boys when they're young turn out to be very pretty girls.
Nice one, Bill. Nice story.
Very good. But thank you for sharing.
That's
because we actually have never had
thought about it. Yeah, that Bill actually had that. Yeah, we did.
And you know, I always thought she'd like end up like one of those sports people.
And then when you're in primary school, when they're looking for people to run
they would pick on
or performing during events, they would make you the boy, like you're not dancing when the boys are few.
You're not dying. The boy.
Oh my God.
Wow, bro, you've never shared.
That's not about.
That your child could be out there. And your how they look.
That's a good one. Yeah. And there's a child out there who's relating to you right
And remember,
now.
I didn't like hair. If at least I had hair, I refused hair as a child. So generally, the whole look was there.
But the child out there relating to Billy, the child who's sorry, you can see how Bill turned down.
Don't lose.
I picked her from me. But now she's like part of us. But I'm just imagining a scenario where there's a play, a school play, and there's a role for, say, a princess or a queen, and you're probably also there. You want to take on that role. But when the teachers are saying people,
they say a boy.
They're choosing the girls with their hair.
When they choose the bodyguard for them.
But these things happen.
But they're part of growing up, and it doesn't determine anything.
Just keep encouraging your child.
Wow.
And there's so many kids like me, even especially young cousins.
That's a very interesting story. Bridget, what's your story?
My confidence things. Let me see. There's so much. One. Let me see. When I was younger, below 12, I think there I wasn't feeling it so much. Below 10 actually. I had my time before Brenda came in to feel like the girl of the house. Remember we told you I came after a boy. So I feel that girl, whenever mommy's coming back, she brings me stuff to eat. I really had time to enjoy myself. Yeah, before I had these people in. So I didn't feel it so much. Also, I would always have a chance to go and present. I was that child who, when there's any wedding, I'm the one who's saying, I want to present the wedding song. I want to sing. I want to hold the microphone. So I enjoyed that part. And then also, I was a flower girl a lot. But you guys, that thing helps a child's confidence. You can feel nice. Do you know when every aunt is calling on you as the flower girl, you feel good. Okay, you feel like, hey, I'm pretty. Yes. So, however, post now, like I think like P7, I think the insecurities start coming in there. I think when you're going towards adolescence, I think that's when the insecurities start coming in. So one of my insecurities, you guys, and I think there will be children out there or parents who can now know that children sometimes go through it.
You also didn't have hair, right?
Then I didn't have hair, and then all the boys seem to be looking at those girls, and then for you, you're not being looked at. You people, it can affect your confidence. At that time, you're thinking, of course, it's not like you don't really understand the aspects of being in a relationship, but you can feel that the attention
is given someone.
So me, most times, these guys always laugh at me. My best friend was an Indian actually, because that's the person I related with the most. Yes, but that's where sometimes the confidence will be affected. And funny story. Should I tell it?
It's just to tell us.
No, like funny story was, end of year parties, end of P7 parties, what? So there's this couple everyone crashes on. So I thought I'd also have a chance to dance with me. I didn't want to dance with me.
So funny, but there are so many stories like that.
So it was your crush who denied you.
So also another thing, you people, that affected my confidence, which I think could affect some young people out there, is in secondary. When you go to a school with different classes of people, and this is a school allowing you to pack different things. So you guys, I went to Gayaza High School. Gayaza High School had different classes. Those days, they even allow, I don't know about now, they allow people to pack all sorts of things. So there are these girls they really pack lots of stuff, good stuff. You like even in the dormitory, you really see there's a different. So somehow, I don't know, somehow you tend to push yourself at a certain level. I think it just comes automatically. You're like, I think I'm not in that class. And then of course the hair thing, then there are always just those kids who are just the confident ones, who are feeling the cute ones and all. So I think that also affected me. Then I got pimples. Pimples affect teenagers' confidence. It would affect me, but my mom tried, man. She really tried. She would get me things to try and put but it would disturb. Another thing that could have affected my confidence that helped me, that my mom worked on, was my teeth. I had teeth that, what do you call that? When they go up, like where you need braces. I got such kind of teeth, yes. Then I had to put on braces at some point. However, I'm thinking if I'd gone later years, like in my life, and I still had those teeth, I think my confidence would have been affected, and my smile and all. So maybe that's something they can look. You're going to ask us about what can help to boost. Well, if you see your child early enough that the teeth are not arranged, please take them to the dentist. Do the braces early.
But mine are not so arranged that I'm confident with them.
They're not that bad.
I have vampire teeth, but
but I think those are the main things that affected me. But you can see those are all things that come in as young. But now as an adult, the things that affect you could be just achievements. How far have you achieved something?
Changing,
how is your friend moving? Like those are things that could affect your confidence. But that's my story.
Wow. Thank you for sharing with us, Bridget. Those are very interesting stories. I think we need to also understand when we say confidence, what exactly do we mean?
To me, it's whenever you reach in a certain place and you feel you don't fit in. Because ideally, you should be able to fit in anywhere the way you are. Like to be able to trust who you are, whether you're not dressed like the rest, whether you don't have the degrees the others have, but the ability to be in a certain place and feel that you fit in. Yeah, that's me.
That makes a lot of sense. Bill, what do you think?
I think it's just mainly how you feel comfortable in being you. Yeah, as in you don't have to try to change yourself or change your circumstance because of what's going around or who you're seeing around. Yeah.
And then from the stories, and I'm going to tell my story. I know a lot of people are saying, how come you haven't yet shared your story? But from what you guys have shared, it feels that with confidence, there are so many factors that affect it. And that from, again, the stories that you've shared, it also feels that your confidence can be affected at any time of your life, at any age. I know we've shared a lot of stories when we are younger, but you know, Bridget elaborated how when we are older, now you're affected by achievements, you know, social classifications and all that stuff. And so, which brings us to, you know, the question of, so how do we deal with this, you know, issue or the things that are affecting our confidence, you know, time and again. Personally, before we go into, you know, how we deal with that, I know that I've really worked so hard at putting a lot of effort, and when I say a lot, it's really a lot, in, you know, building my confidence. From the previous episodes, we learned that, you know, as affected, you know, from childhood, the child spacing thing, and then I grow up. But I realized that sometimes when you don't know how to deal with confidence, you develop coping mechanisms, You develop ways to deal with it. Either you make yourself like a bad person, make yourself arrogant or rude, you know, just to cover up that's missing, you know, the confidence that is missing, you try to compensate it. And so I think even when I was younger, you know, becoming a tomboy and doing all these things was mainly because I was trying to cover up this that was missing, which, you know, was affecting me. So I remember when I was younger, I had these legs that everyone is talking about, fat legs. And I went to school and these kids started saying that I have elephantiasis. I'll never forget that. So when I was younger, I would cry. Like they'll tell me, oh, you have elephantiasis. I know you've just studied that elephantiasis are these from a mosquito bite, then you get very fat legs. Or they would say you have legs like for an elephant, and for sure, guys, you've seen an elephant in real life. And someone says you have legs like for an elephant. You are a young child and you're very young. And I remember we used to stay on Bukoto Street. And there's a neighbor of ours who used to actually have an issue with the legs. And so every time I'm going to school and I pass by him, I would say, so I'm also going to end up like this. That's how I'm going to be, sitting in one place, I can't move, you know, because, you know. So that used to affect me a lot. And I remember I told my mom that I don't want to put on short things. I only wanted to put on trousers to cover the legs. So that was one of the stories that, you know. And confidence can be affected internally or externally. So externally, it's what comes from the rest of the world. Internally, it's what you tell yourself, what you think about yourself. True. So the other thing is, one time I was writing in a book. Our mom used to buy me books to write when I was young. And you know this thing which you do of names, where you put an adjective for your name. So Brenda, you say beautiful. R, you say whatever, and so on. And so this boy comes and we're in primary and finds me writing my name and acronyms. And on B, I had put beautiful and everything. So he read through and he said, Brenda Lee, why have you put beautiful on B? I said, what do you mean? Have you seen yourself? He said, yes. And you put beautiful. No. This one doesn't match you. You're not beautiful. You look for another word starting with letter B and write it there, but not beautiful. You bring your pencil, and he even helped me to rub off the word. You guys, like when you're a young child, and it's usually primary level. And that's true. Like primary level really child development stages are very important. The first 7 years of a child, a lot can go on and affect the child for the rest of their lives. And so, guys, I also, you know, I agreed, and from that day on, they said, okay, you know what, Lynn, by the time a boy comes and is honest with you that you know what your name is not beautiful on your name, I also agreed and I made peace with it. I said, I'm going to focus on other things that I'm good at, but let me first let go of these things of beautiful and stuff. And it's until later on that people start telling you, people start saying, oh, you're so pretty and you saw that. So a lot of small incidences. There are so many. I already mentioned about mamas, calling you a mama when you're still young and stuff. And even your own siblings the people closest to you can break your confidence. Because I remember sometime when you guys came to pick us from school, and you kept saying, and I was saying, oh, and they said, oh, there's a very beautiful girl in your class. And they said, yeah, she's beautiful, but I'm the most beautiful girl in the class. And you're telling your sisters. Then everyone's like, sure, what do you think you're beautiful? Even you count yourself among the beautiful ones. No. But these are also young kids in high school, and they're telling me. So I cried. I remember I cried all the way back home, and I went and asked my mom, you always have the most beautiful girl in the world. Why did you lie to me? You know, that kind of thing. So you grow up and your confidence is, shattered, and there are all these incidences. If you're not careful, if you don't have foundation for someone to keep reminding you that this is how you are, my child, this is what's good about you, this is what I love about you.
I think you're jumping into it, how a parent can know how to help their child. You're saying that.
Yeah, so until you grow up and then you start now to build your confidence, you start to do it, and maybe that's the process everyone needs. I don't know. Maybe. But what do you think we need to do and advise people out there, especially young people who have been affected from childhood? They've been told, for instance, I've been told I have kaweke. Bridget had curly hair when she was younger. So, when you're told you have kaweke and then someone has curly hair and you're all from the same parents, you start wondering, okay, what happened in between? So yeah, I don't know, Bill, tell us what you think
how can
would help to boost confidence, especially for young children, especially for the older people who have a lot of pressure to, prove a point.
For young people, I think it's mainly the family, your close people, to help you, because as a child you don't really know what exactly life is about. You think the small things matter, and yet they don't matter. I mean, you think a boy telling you you're not beautiful is a big deal, and yet there's more to life. Or you think the next student who packs a lot of grab is a big deal, and yet the next time you grow up, you notice the father was probably kicked out to prison because of money lenders, because of corruption. I mean, it's all not a big deal. So as
perspective.
Yes. So as the family, the parents, the elder siblings, you have to be there. I mean, you have to stand in the gap. As Brendalyn shared her experience, I mean, we need to try to be positive vibes for the people around us, because that impacts. Even when they go out to school, they know home. I mean, they've been told all this. No one can tell me anything else. So I think that's for the young children. For the older people, yeah, I think it's more about getting to know yourself deeply. Getting to know yourself to a point where no one else can know you more than you do. Because most times we want to let the world tell us who we are before we get to know ourselves. So you need to know what you're good at. You need to know that you don't have to be perfect at anything. You don't have to be the most beautiful person, because I mean, that doesn't count in the world we are in. It's not just about beauty. You need to know that you can make that money. You don't need a man to show you what to do or how to get the money. So it's about you taking time to build yourself. You just need to take time, because at every point in life you'll be broken, even when you're 50 or 60. And confidence is something that you do for a lifetime. It doesn't just end because today you have confidence and the next time someone else breaks it. So you have to keep building yourself, and also just trusting God and being comfortable in who you are. That's mainly that, because there's always someone better in anything, better with the work you do, better with the beauty you have. So, and confidence is so sexy. There's nothing more sexy than that. Every time you walk in and you're confident about something, even when you don't know it, somehow it looks great, and anyone will just feel like, she has it. So just be confident, build it, take time to understand who you are, and pray. Definitely pray, because God is the one that gives us the most confidence, because sometimes you don't actually know and you just need spiritual help.
It's about the people around you to help boost your confidence. And then as
younger.
you grow older, the things you achieve, the things you do, your wins, they help also with your confidence. And also, of course, looking after yourself. People always say, look after yourself, do your hair, all those things help with confidence. The clothes, everything. So you have to just work on it, and also pray to God to give you more confidence, because He's our creator.
True.
Yes. So, Brenda,
Okay, yeah, I think I have one simple hack, and it's really just laughter. Like, try to make everything about your life a little lighter, don't make it too serious. For instance, for me, when I started, I think it was a whole copy. It was a copy mechanism for me. When people tell me, oh, you have elephantiasis and you have all these things, I remember in S1, when I went, I was determined to change, to reframe, to change the perspective that I had about, or that other people had about me. And so when people would say, oh my God, you have such fat legs, I say, oh, did I ever tell you a story about these legs? Did you know that these legs can feed the whole of Uganda if we ever went, if we ever got into famine or something, and I'd just make it laugh, and then the kids would laugh.
Yeah.
Make fun out of it.
Yeah,
like what comedians do about it.
And then before you know it, everyone say, how are you so confident about yourself and stuff? And sometimes when I'd say, oh my God, my hair is kaweke, in that if you needed to wash, saucepans, I would give you my hair, and they would give you
That's a good one for young people.
Yeah, like just try to, because usually when people are trying to project on you things about you that could affect you, it's because they don't know how to deal with you. And the way you are perfect. That's who you are. That's how God created you. So if anyone else is going to come to you and tell you, oh, this and this about you, it's your responsibility to make other people love that about you. So I started doing that, and somehow my confidence started growing. But another thing that I encourage our children to do is participate in, extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities can boost your confidence. Dancing, singing, debate, sports, basketball, any sport that you could play. If a child finds their place in any extracurricular activity, they tap into the source of confidence that comes from within. And so this child grows up knowing, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I can do it. And so I encourage a lot of people, go try out something, learn a new hobby, learn an instrument, do something, and you just never know where your source of
parents encourage that as well, because the academics may not be doing well, but their confidence could come. While some kids it comes from academics, others it may not come.
So there are so many ways. This topic is so big. We'll continue having discussions around all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give us your feedback on how you boost your confidence, and we shall, continue to have these conversations. We are very excited to be hosting this show, this family show that's all about healing and transformation, and we remain the
Freebie.